Yo, welcome back to another episode of the How'd I Get Here podcast, the podcast for positivity, progression, and finding your own path. It's your co-host, Mr. Brown, Broken Guapo, 10 toes down, big head up. We recording again. We having fun. We family. What up?
Finally made it back to another Tuesday, y'all.
Yeah, man. It's been a long time coming.
We back at it. And it's hot. And I'm sick and tired of these heat waves.
I love it.
Shit nasty, bro. And like, where's your air conditioner? Oh, it's in the bedroom?
No, it's in the...
There's one right there.
It's on?
I told you, I was down here chilling with the fan on today.
There's 5 people in the house now. It's no longer about you.
Well, first of all, I understand, but that won't cool in here.
This is a nice plant.
Yeah, I mean, I could turn it on.
Because it's right there, right?
Yeah.
So you move the fan back, set it straight, hit the AC on, and then go, but we could do this next week. It's cool.
So you don't want it on?
It
ain't nothing. I could do it.
Because by the time it cools the area, we gonna be done now.
I just don't be realizing how.
When Ash asked if you set everything up and you say yes, we were lied to.
Wouldn't be the first time I'm lied to by these two. So.
Yo, that's nuts. Shots fired. I thought I was good. I mean, you know what? I be forgetting that other people don't radiate at the heat that I radiate because I'm comfortable.
Bro, poor Lex pulled up and she's like, it's hot. And like, I know it probably feel like outside when she walked in the door. Like, ain't no better.
But that's the thing. When I walk in here, it be cool in here.
Because, yeah, it's too hot out there, so the heat in here feels cooler than the heat out there. But it doesn't negate that both places are hot. 2 plus 2 still equals 4.
And he don't use AC in his car, so like, I don't get it. Whatever.
You don't? Is your AC not working?
Oh, it's fully functioning.
He's got a sunroof. That's his.
So you're just speeding along for all the hot air to blow in your car?
This is people probably like you not, but people probably see you and think you broke. Cause like when you see people with their windows down in the heat, they just like, damn, that nigga ain't got no AC. But you do.
No, but that was me a few summers ago when my car was leaking, and I thought it was because of my AC got plugged, but it wasn't that. And I literally had to drive everywhere to work and back with.
Oh, that's outside.
Yep.
I was like,
with the windows down. I'm just like, I don't deserve this.
I mean, when it was that heat wave at the beginning of July,
I was gonna say which one.
I did use my AC in the car. That was hot. It was like 100 degrees every day.
Once?
Like that week.
Okay.
No, there's been other times like we've came in here and it's been on.
No, I'm talking in his car, but yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Generally, when y'all come, I didn't leave the house today aside from this morning, so I didn't realize how hot it was outside.
Yeah, no, it's hot.
Nasty work, I tell you.
It's very hot.
Well then, Spencer,
I about to say, did you did an official intro? You said it's Tuesday again.
That's me. You know where I'm at on Tuesdays.
Bet. Word. Yeah, it's your boy King Aquarius, Mr. 20% Faux Dog. Yeah, we here. It's hot. It's hot for a big man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and a little gal.
I'm perspiring just sitting here, but we got a job to do, and we gonna do it for y'all because y'all deserve the best, and that's what we gonna give you every fucking time. You heard me?
All right. I was like, I don't think they deserve a sweaty me. That's not my best.
A sweaty what?
A sweaty her.
Oh,
that's not my best.
I thought that shit was going that way, all the way left.
Nah, you gotta remember who's talking.
Yeah.
Period. But
with that all being said, it's funny. We laughing, joking. I'm about to hit us with a okie doke with our question today. Because something. All right. So yeah, I definitely go a little left. Just because something very serious happened in my friend group recently, and I genuinely, as a friend, I don't know what I should be doing. I know what I'm gonna do, but I just feel like it's a very tricky situation. I don't know how to go about it. So, one of my friends last week was sexually assaulted, and they don't want to do anything, say anything, kind of like bring it to anyone's attention. And as a friend, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know how to like
I'm
there.
Snitching.
I don't know how to be there for this person, right? But it's not my it's not my job to it's not my. I don't know. It's a very tricky situation. Obviously, I care about this person. I want them to do whatever's gonna make them feel better and help them get past it. But I think they're also still dealing with what happened and kind of mentally getting over that barrier. So my question is, if you're a friend in this situation, how do you go about being a good friend to this person, regardless of your feelings and emotions towards the situation?
So the first thing I say, definitely be as supportive as possible, right? Because again, it's not about me, it's about them. Mm-hmm. And if I'm not mistaken, even if I were to go to some sort of authoritative figure, if the person doesn't want to do nothing, I don't think anything can be done.
Yeah, that's unfortunately how our system, I'll use air quotes because it ain't even a system,
right,
is set up. So you would just have to remind them that if they if they are ready to do that step, you'll be there to support them. But until then, you can just only be there for them in any capacity that they want you to be there for them as well. Because I think it's important to show up for people the way they want you to show up and not what makes sense to you.
Right. Which is which was bothered me. It definitely bothered me for 48 hours because I'm damn, am I gonna result to the old Spencer? The one who had way less to lose and it was just wild. Or do I just, I don't know, just do nothing but be a good supportive friend?
Doing nothing doesn't mean you're not doing anything at all, or you're not doing what a good friend should do. I think we all said it's their decision to make, and as tough as it is, because I've been in that situation before as being the friend of a friend that happened to them, and it's you can only just continue to support them and encourage them to also process those feelings in a healthy way. And whatever that healthy way is, help them through that as well too. So if they do want to go talk to a therapist or someone that handles those situations, support them in trying to find people that they can talk to. Or if they don't want to do the heavy lifting of calling and stuff like that, you can say you know what, I'll try reaching out to some places and get some information to see what our next step could be together. And just make them feel they're not alone in the situation.
It's also interesting to think, where does I don't want to use the term gaslighting, but get it, because hey, I don't want to say nothing, right? But then comes the thought of well, if they did it to you, they're doing it to someone else, or you gonna let them get away? You don't want to guilt them, and
it's I mean, I got a lot of thoughts about the situation, but it's yeah, I feel it's so fresh, and I also don't think it's I don't know how to say it. I feel the shock factor hasn't really sunk in yet. It kind of happened, but it hasn't really I don't know. I don't think they've really felt it yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's really
this shit's real.
They haven't allowed themselves, I think, to really reflect and go through whatever the process is of going through what needs to happen. So yeah, it was it had me between a rock and a hard place, and I'm wow, I'm about to hit the podcast with a okie doke on Tuesday. But yeah, that was my question. I mean, if the roles were reversed, I don't know, what would y'all do? Oh, Ash already said, because she's been she's already been that, but what would you do, Jacob?
It's tough, cause like you said, right? If you resort to older ways, right? I'm just trying to be careful with what I say. That's only gonna go but so far. You get what I'm trying to say without
I just wanted to not even like physically harm anyone. I just wanted to put the fear of God in it.
Okay.
You know
So yeah, right. So
like,
and even that is like one of those things of like that lasts for so long until it doesn't. You know what I mean? So it's like you're almost powerless. Like the only person who really has all the power is the person who feels that they actually don't have any power, which is the victim. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it just depends on the person. Like, it depends on who the person is that is I'll call them like, well, not like, I'll call them the criminal in this sense because it is a crime.
Facts. No means fucking no. Sorry.
And it's really sad that we always got to be talking about consent, y'all. Like, no means no. At any point of anything that is happening, the minute someone says no, you sense they're uncomfortable, that's when you just stop.
Yeah, it's so crazy we have to explain that, but
like it is a very sad thing. But I will say though, like when I was in that position, the person didn't know that some of us did know, and we didn't like outwardly like make it a thing at first. But I remember I pulled them to the side, and I let them know. I was just like, I know what you did. And I know you walk around acting like you don't think people know, but just know that people know. And that was it. I didn't feel like at the time it was necessary to like curse them out or like do any like big stuff like that. Although I told them like, if I see you next time though, it's no more being cool or nothing. But I think like sometimes those types of people unfortunately get a kick of like feeling like they're always the superior one and that the people that they take advantage of are the weaker ones, and for them they're just like, oh well. And it's like, no, it's not okay in any sense.
There's that, and I also think that there's just men out here who they take like, I don't know, they be thinking like people are playing hard to get or like shit like that. Like you just
making the chase.
Yeah.
Like, that's not what this is.
No, nigga. Like, yeah.
This is why I be talking about wrong consistency. That is not it.
Right. Yeah.
Just like, no.
But yeah, so that that's definitely crazy. But yeah, it's definitely, you know,
it's an unfortunate reality.
It's definitely an unfortunate reality, and it definitely tested my patience because I was like, mind you, I heard this at like 11 p.m. This person lives in another state. I was about to take a drive right then. I'm like, fuck it. Like,
gross.
Yeah, very, very much gross. Now I'm just going to like, you know, politely bump into somebody one day.
Hey. Well, that kind of brings us to our topic of the day, which is like
Does it?
Well, no. Watch how I spin it, because we're talking about the power of influence, right? And your friend, right, in that sense, had some sort of influence over you to not react in the way that you wanted to react.
Yeah, you know what? At my big age now, I knew what they needed in the moment, and they didn't need my emotional response. You know what I'm saying? They needed someone to just listen, calm and steady, like, tell me what happened. And, like, you know, especially being a man, like, as you're hearing certain, like, parts of the scenario, I'm like, why the fuck would you even do it? But, like, all right, whatever. Like, continue. Keep speaking your piece. But, yeah, definitely had a lot of influence on me.
So, does everybody have the power of influence?
Yeah.
Okay. Speak on it.
The power of influence is like a direct and indirect thing.
Especially with social media these days, like that's the thing with social media. And I know, I mean, y'all not really on social media. Oh, maybe y'all are. But like, I purposely post notes and shit that have nothing to do with anything. It's really something that just popped in my head at the time, or like it could be something at work, but like, because we live in this area of social media and influencers and like people always trying to read between the lines of things, like there'd be so many people like, oh, what's this? You talking about being in and I'm like, this has nothing, like y'all take social media way too seriously. So like everyone has an influence. I think it's how you use that influence to, like, what type of influence are you having? Like, are you having a positive impact, a positive influence, or are you just faking the funk like social media? Like, oh my gosh, this person has a nice car. Let me take some pictures in front of it like I'm stunting. Like,
you mean, if it don't apply, let it fly.
See, but that's the thing. A lot of people don't have the self-confidence or are not aware of their self-worth, so they think everything does apply to them. Or they see stuff and say, like, damn, I want that.
They start comparing themselves.
Right.
Shit, that's not real.
A wise man once told me comparison is the thief of joy. So,
Teddy.
I was talking about Spencer. My bad.
Well, Teddy Roosevelt told me.
I was trying to give you your flowers.
I know. You got to go to the source. Sorry. I appreciate you, though.
But yeah, so it's one of those things of, like, you're bringing up social media, and it's the sense of, like, everybody you compare, and it's like the grass ain't always greener. You know what I mean? And why do you see that? And even if it is influencing you, like you were saying, use that influence in a positive way. Can you use that to make you more ambitious, motivate you, go get something, as opposed to, like, knocking yourself down, and now it's like, damn, I don't have this, and now you're in a hole.
I'm gonna counter that, because I think it's more than just that, though. Like, I think that's just one side of it. I think another side could also be the fact of just people get gratitude from constant drama. Like, they feed off of always being in some sort of drama to help keep themselves current. And it's like, not, one could probably say, like, yeah, like, well, if they're like that and, like, they don't know how to, like, be happy for anybody, or they're always, like, trying to put, like, the spotlight on them by starting up something, then, like, yeah, it could be, you know, that lack of self-confidence and more projecting of, like, insecurity. But I think at the same time, too, though, it's just some people are just truly, like, there always has to be drama happening for them in order for them to function. And it's become, like, a sick thing of just, like, whether it's, like, negative drama, which we see most of the time, but also just, like, the drama of just something happening, whatever that something is, to keep their name current, that they're like, well, if my name's not circulating, then that's a problem. And I think that comes from the societal pressures of that comparison, but also, too, just knowing, like, that's just the way social media works. Like, you are not popular or you are not trending if you are not constantly in people's faces, in what people talk about all the time. And that's, like, across the board in any type of social media era, whether it's fashion, makeup, music. Like, if people are not circulating your name, then people look at you like, so then who are you? Or, like, what do you do, or, like, what are you trying to do? And I think that power of influence can drive people down a bad rabbit hole.
So what power of influence do you think is more impactful, like a positive influence or the negative influence that people have to respond to? Because I mean, I know what drives me, but
I think it depends on, like, the individual or individuals in the community and, like, what their sense of, like, motivation is. Because for some people, negative reactions are more impactful because they feel like, ooh, I didn't like that, so I don't want that to happen again. And that ends up driving more positive. Versus on the flip side, like, if something really great happens where they're getting a lot of praise or accolades and a lot of positivity within whatever they did, then they're just like, now I feel really good and now I want that to keep happening. So I think it just depends on, between negative or positive, what impact that is lasting on the individual, because that's just, like, how our brains work. Like, we remember what the most impactful feeling or thought or memory was. Like, that's just how our brain operates.
And I think that sometimes being, like, a positive outcome is more impactful, because when you have a positive outcome, your mind can only go one direction. You know, I mean, nobody looks and says, "Yo, I just won $100,000."
Movie camera.
Somebody calling us?
Oh, someone is calling.
Probably Moan or Drew.
Moan.
It is Moan.
Press 1 to send a voicemail.
I ain't shit. I haven't been looking at the log. Shit.
Hello.
Oh, that stopped.
Is this the podcast?
This is.
Oh, that's interesting. That did stop.
Yeah.
I'm just calling in. I like calling into your
Can you just
podcast
again?
every week. This is a very nice podcast. I love it here.
We appreciate you. What are you calling in to talk about? What we're talking about currently in the power of influence, or do you want to touch on what our
Question
of the day was?
What's your question of the day?
Ooh. You can hear me?
Yes.
Bet. So the question of the day is if someone close to you was sexually assaulted and they didn't want to tell the authorities or report it, how would you show up for them as a good friend?
All right. First things first. We're gonna figure out who did it, so that way I can go throw some hands with that person. Somebody got to catch a fade. Whoever did that to you. 1, 2.
That's real.
Showing up as a friend. I'm gonna be there to support you regardless. So like, if I gotta ride out, this is an unrecorded line, right? Okay, but so if I gotta ride out with my friend, right? If I gotta do whatever it takes to like make you feel better, I'm on that, because like like we grown as hell. We're not even grown as hell, but people is nasty. Like, why are you even doing stuff like this? So like, I'm just here to support you in whatever way is needed. But I'm also here to like listen to you, because this is a very, very, very soft spot in people's lives or in that person's life. So I'm just here to help and assist whichever way I possibly can. See, I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty, put a mask on, like OJ.
So I'm glad. This is why I appreciate you calling in, because I was saying like I didn't want to resort to
violence,
to
not
like
peace.
to older ways, you know, because I've grown. So I was trying to figure out like how best to be present for this person, but also like that was my initial thought. I'm just like, man, I could get in and get out. Nobody will even know. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. But sometimes it's like you kind of got to do like be there for that person. And also too, it's like you're gonna be hurt. Like you're gonna also be hurt for that person. So I mean, you're gonna be vulnerable. Like it don't help when y'all both in a vulnerable space. So I mean, the adult answer would be honestly be like take that person to really like sit them down in the area, just let them like let them not crash out, but like let them just break down, just like let them go through their pain and just really like be there for them. But I mean, the actual like I feel like the actual human response, the trauma response is, yo, let's ride out. Like I got some fire, you know what I mean? Like some firepower, we gotta figure it out.
The How'd I Get Here podcast does not condone violence.
Right, they don't, but I do.
And not that though.
We condone karma though.
Well, yeah, karma always comes back around.
You know what I'm saying?
So even if it's not from your own hands, it's gonna be from someone's.
Sometimes karma could be an anonymous caller. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody, yeah, right. This anonymous caller. Listen, somebody gotta catch a fade. Hey, yo, sidebar, right? I just want to say one thing. Y'all should go look up this dude on Instagram, Mr. Catch a Fade. On Instagram, he really be fighting people that really be the women that break up.
Yo, that's nuts.
His name is Mr.
That's
Catch a
nuts.
Fade.
Send them your way.
Hey, Mr. Listen, he'll let you subscribe to his Instagram for $4.99.
Not for
put all his fades on Instagram, right? So boom, he fought this dude that was beating his baby mother up real bad, like basically down to a pulp, right? He's beating her so crazy, like molly-whopping her all the time in front of the kids and stuff like that. And so what he did, he showed up to the jail when the lady messenger, and he was like, my baby daddy, get out of jail. This time he's like, all right, bet. So you know how them LA dudes be like, yo, look. He's like, yo, cuz, what's up with you? Right? Boom. The dude stood on business, called a fade. I subscribed to it for one day. Bloody snot box. I'm talking about the man was looking crazy everywhere. Oh, my bad. Too much information.
$4.99 worth. Well
Like,
spent.
that's There's a lot you can do with $4.99. Clearly.
Shoot.
Well,
So like I was like a Tyson fight.
not Mike Tyson.
We could get on that next time. Thank you for calling in, good sir.
We appreciate you.
You're welcome. Have a blessed day.
Yeah, you
too.
too, brother. But yeah, so I think you were speaking on the power of influence, impact.
Yeah, like I think that power of influence like is very impactful, but to the fact of, you know, is positive versus negative, you know, you gotta think of it like, as corny as it is, think of it as a battery.
Mm-hmm.
And the positive and negative ends, like a negative and a positive end can only charge up together.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, like negative and positive influence does unfortunately keep the world go round, because like we got the negative side of influence and then we got all the great like positive sides of influence to kind of help balance out and remind people like, hey, this is all the great things that you should be doing in the world, and remember, like this is what we're on this planet for. Let's not get too caught up in picking each other apart.
Yeah, and then also just reminding ourselves that the equal and opposite is also true. Because for me personally, I am more impacted by negative influence.
I thought you would say that.
Yeah, because positive influence, I feel like, I don't know, positive influence really brushes off of me. Like, I'm just like, cool, thank you. Like, especially if I'm doing something I know I was just supposed to be doing anyways, like a good job, a pat on the back, I'm proud of you. That really don't mean anything to me. I don't know why. But like I was telling you before,
Like that sounds more like affirmations just don't do it for you.
Yeah, words of affirmation, that's like the last of my love languages. But
Yeah,
like
positive affirmation.
The other day, so I bought the camera. The day after, I did like this impromptu photo shoot while going on a walk with Asta and our peoples. And everybody's like, "Wow, this is good. This is good." I'm like, "This is all right." I talked to my boy, my boy who's a professional videographer, photographer. He's like, "Bro, these suck." I was just like, bet. And what did I do? That got me in my bag. But he also like, not only did he say it sucked, but he also gave me like educational tools to like, watch this, learn these things. To me, that is more impactful than, oh yeah, this is great, because I'm like,
is it?
They can't be. You know what I'm saying? I literally just picked up and started
7 hours.
If that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know how this camera worked for real. So yeah. I think, yeah.
I feel that because I remember my trainer, bro, nothing I ever did was ever good enough, right? But it was one of those things of like, I knew I was giving my all. I knew I was busting my ass, but he was pushing me to be the better version, to keep getting better, right? And even to this day, like when I see him and stuff, it's like it's an ongoing joke, but it's like I gotta always want more, right? And sometimes positivity can bring the complacency. You know what I mean? In the sense of like, oh, I did good, I have to stop, or I did good, so this is where the barometer of how hard I have to go is, when it's like, no, the further that you go, the more you're gonna have to give. Right.
Like I did the bare minimum and y'all cool with it. This is like in dating, and like in relationships. This is why I've been having a lot of people have been subbing me lately since the T app has been coming to fruition. Yeah, so I was saying like it's like dating, because I've been getting a lot of subtle shade and like subtweets.
It's not where I was gonna
say
take
it with your chest.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry, my fault. I'm just finishing what I was saying, but then you have the floor. Fucking oops, my bad. No, yeah. So it's like dating. It's like Mr. 20%. This is why Mr. 20% rings true, because in the context of which I said it at the time,
that was so long
ago, but like it's really rang in my head. Like because I was giving 20% of myself in a relationship, and this person was smitten by it, was so happy and like enthused and like this is great, and like like I still got another 80% to go. You know what I'm saying? So it's like like they're giving me all this positive feedback, positive influence, and I'm just like, nah, this is not even it at all. A little bit, like very much less than half.
But do you think that if you are only capable of giving that person 20%, then maybe you should also reflect on, like, if I'm not also showing up at my fullest for this person and I can only give 20%, then maybe I don't need to be with this person.
That's literally what was said. Yeah. Literally, that's actually what came about from the conversation.
Well, yeah, like way after the fact.
Nah, I said it that night. That's basically, we were talking about.
That's basically what got him in out of the hole.
In the predicament, yeah, because they were talking about at the live episode, the priorities of a relationship in our lives, dating the right people.
Well, yeah, I know what was said at the live.
Yes.
I was there. I'm saying though, like when you was sitting with yourself, still in that relationship.
Yeah.
Like, do you think those should have been thoughts that you sat with yourself to then say, like, you know what? I'm not giving my all here, and maybe this is just not the person for me, and that's okay. Because I think if you were potentially with someone else that allowed more of what you had to offer come out, and you also were willing to show more, then you wouldn't be Mr. 20%.
Okay, fair. Yeah, so addressing it for myself, being reflective in the moment, I definitely could have been more proactive with that for sure. Like the alcohol in the conversation definitely helped that evening.
I'm not talking about that evening.
I know. I'm addressing what you said. I addressed that. Yes, you're right. If I was more reflective, yeah, that wouldn't have led to that. Now bringing it back to the moment of when I was talking about it. In that moment, the alcohol definitely helped along with the conversation for it to come out.
Like,
but so, and then with doing so, when it comes to dating in general, not just this person, I meet people where they're at. Some people demand certain amounts, but then they also have a hard ceiling, like a hard cap. They're just like, yeah, this is where I'm at. And realistically, that could be 40, 50, 60%. Like, it's still not 100%. Like, I think that's where, and talking about influence, like, that's where, if we're using positive and negative impact in regards to dating, like the example I gave, it's tough for me because if I'm meeting you where you're at and you're not where I see myself, then, you know, it's always going to fall short. Like, I need someone who's on the same level, who views themselves a certain way and who's not going for certain shit. Certain people go for certain shit for a long period of time and they get mad that they've been going for it. Like,
hey, not too much on me. Not too much. Not too much on me right now. Come on, bro. I'm over here taking strays. You're not even talking about me right now.
That's a guilty conscience.
I was gonna say, like I said earlier, if it don't apply, let it fly.
Well, that one applied. All right.
It's like, whoa.
You made it apply.
I'm glad we could all laugh about this now. We are in happy and healthy committed relationships. Yes, not like we.
I was like, Spencer has something to share, I guess.
Nah, see, and y'all don't go run with that and throwing my man on any apps or any pages or throwing subliminals.
Nah, now that he said that.
Oh damn!
Whoever took the time out of their day to go on the T app and ask if I am relationship material, you're not my person.
Oh.
Because my person would never do that. My person would never go anonymously on an app amongst a bunch of random ass, catty ass.
Well, let's talk about influence.
Yeah, like being influenced by the wrong people. Like, my person would never go on this app and ask, hey, this person right here, like, do you guys think he's relationship material? Fucking ask me, I'll tell you. Don't ask a bunch of random people who might lie. Like, and now I hope you find me so I can tell you in person. But that's all I got. I'm sorry.
So what do you guys think is the biggest influence, has the biggest influence on you guys? Because you think there's money, there's culture, there's family, there's work, there's friends, you know. What do you guys think has the biggest influence on you guys? I'll go.
Yeah, I gotta think about that.
Well, yeah,
right.
In asking you guys the question, I think it's the drive to get to where I want to be and realizing that I'm not where I want to be. You know what I mean? Like I've got goals, and I think the universe has a funny way of working. Like when you put something out and say you want to do something, it'll kick your ass and make you go through shit and be like, bro, I'm trying to give you what you asked for, but you being hard-headed right now.
Fight back.
You being lazy. You not doing the work. You know what I mean? And it's like this saying is like, whether you believe in God or the universe, whatever, right? God, if you go and ask for patience, God is not going to give you patience.
He's going to test it.
He's just going to give you put you through a scenario to test, to give you the strength to learn patience. If you want to learn communication, right? They're not going to teach you how to talk. God's going to say, here you go, put you through a situation that gives you the time to learn to communicate. So for me, it's like, okay, cool. I have one house right now. I said I wanted to have 5 by the age of 40. I said I wanted to have another one within the next year and a half. Well, that keeps me going because there's things that I wanted, that I said I would do, and I'm not there. You know, I told myself I would go run the Hartford half this year. So I've been running a lot more. And it's like, okay, my goals are what are influencing me to push.
So yourself, the power of self is the most influencing to you.
You know, I probably could have just said that in a lot less words. Yes. Yeah.
No, it's all right.
That's real. I don't actually have an answer for that right now. That's what's influencing me right now?
What has the biggest influence over you?
Biggest Asta. What has the biggest influence over me right now? Positive or negative? Probably my thoughts.
So also power of self.
Yeah.
Come on, somebody.
I actually just got a book because my friend, she's been reading. Super sidebar. It's very important who you have in your friend group. Like, you have to have like-minded individuals who are all trying to achieve something out of life, because as they learn, you get to learn as well, right? And one of the best ways of learning is teaching. So like my friend, she will read and get so much information, and then she has no, like, she just has to like say it. She has to teach. And I'm just like, ooh, bet, sponge. So she's reading a book, and she's read this book multiple times. Is The Power of Now.
Heard of it?
Yeah, so like I bought it. Haven't delved in it just yet. But yeah, I do realize that my brain just goes, right? Like my mind, no, not my brain, my mind just goes, and I'm not very present. Like I'm not very present or aware of like the now, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm always somewhere else, or I'm always like, my phone will go off and like, now this has my attention, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I guess it'd have to be my brain, my mind, figuring out how to control that and like keep that at bay. Cause I try not to let too many outside sources influence me one way or the other.
What about you, Ash?
I think mine's a combination of a few, honestly. I would say people, self, and environment. People, because I feel like I always strive really hard to surround myself with people who are doing way more than what I'm doing, to spark just like innovative ideas and like creativity, to say like that's what I want to do. And I think also motivate me to remind myself like I can also do that, despite of like the challenges and like downsides that I had to overcome. But I think it's I feel like it can be both positive and negative, because I feel like too, you can have like both like good people in your life and have bad experiences with them, and then you can also have bad people in your life and have good experiences with them. So I think it just depends on like what's going on in your life. I say environment because I don't think a lot of people would do what I did of just kind of like throwing themselves out there and just like kind of figuring out what life is going to be like for themselves at a young age. So that really pushed me to develop more of like my sense of self, to be able then to like be more conscious of what it is that I will tolerate, what it is that I like, what it is that I want to do. And then I also say self too because I have always pushed myself to be more because I knew what I didn't want to be. But I think within that, it also caused me to struggle a lot because then I wasn't able to accept big or small achievements. Even if like I worked really hard for them, I would just be like, yeah, it's cool, but it's not enough. And then it's like, no, like you actually like busted your ass and like worked really hard. Like it's okay to be like, I did that. I think that's like something that is been like an ongoing thing for me, and just like understanding like, you know, even if you also don't reach those goals in whatever time frame that you set for yourself, it also doesn't mean that you failed or that like you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing or that you're just like sucking at everything either. So it's definitely like up and down, but yeah.
I like that you have positive and negative.
Yeah, like for me, like I would say like positive and negative like push me.
Yeah.
Because like I had a lot of negative in my life for a really long time, and then I started getting more positives, and whenever positives would happen, then there would be a negative that kind of like threw me for a loop, and it was always just like trying to get back up and keep going.
I like that because I've said it a lot.
Sunken.
I don't think there's good or bad people. I think there's people who do bad things, and I also think there's people who do good things, but there could be people who do good things for the wrong reasons and people who do bad things for the right reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all about your environment, your perspective, and that influence of like the people that you have around you. It's I liked hearing that.
And the people aspect of it brings in the aspect of trust, right? Because when you bring in the people in your circle, right, it's almost like I brought you into this circle because I trusted you would never stir me the wrong way, right? And it's like you giving me this advice is your advice on the situation from your perspective, right? So are you giving me this advice based on what you think is best for me or what you think you would do? Because both are fine, but now I have to trust that the information that you just gave me is what's best for me. And then how do I deliver that? You know what I mean? And that's where it's like you have to be careful with the folks that are around you and how they influence you, because they might have your best interests, but that influence might just look different.